line.
Hi there, my name is Leonard Sultana. This is a cup of tea with an Englishman in San Diego / Englishman in San Diego vlog, day number 2, Sunday. It's the, what is the date today? 20th?
Yeah.
20th of July. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. What we wanted to do was do a live hangout for the regular Sunday show here at the front of Hall H here in Plaza Park for Comic-Con 2014. However, technical issues really did throw us a wobble. We kind of tried to get the connection of the hangout onto the phone and it just wasn't having it at all. So this is a recorded hangout, and I've been tweeting for people if they want to come down and chat and talk about Comic-Con, they're more than welcome to do so. And we have somebody, we have a friend of ours on Twitter, who's Michael Pease. I'll put his Twitter at the bottom as well, so you can get in contact with him as well. You never know, we may have some other people joining us as well. It's early in the morning, they may want to just have a nice lie-in. It's a Sunday after all, it's understandable. So yes, we are 3 days away from Comic-Con day 1, or should I say Comic-Con preview night, and 4 days from day 1?
Yes.
Absolutely, I'm getting it right. And the city is slowly but surely getting in full preparation for con this year. Over at the Hall H corner, they're even starting to put the banners up, and it is a full 4-day run to get everything ready for con. Over on the, I don't know if the camera can pick it up over there, but over at the outside of the Gaslamp Quarter, the historic Gaslamp Quarter, there is the dome, which is being put together by NBC. That's going to be for Constantine. And also to the right of that, there's also going to be an area for the Blacklist as well. There's signage up for the new Sean Bean TV series. There's signage going up outside the Hilton Gaslamp. There's a Simpsons display around the back of the convention centre. Slowly but surely, things are getting rolled out. However, the other reason why we wanted to do the hangout at 9 o'clock in the morning is to move a little bit further back to give me a bit more time, because as a Brit, it's also a bit of an important day, because in the O2 Stadium in London, Monty Python are going to be doing their very last live show. Very much excited. And they are going to be performing, and it's going to be broadcast live to US cinemas here in the US. So this may be a slightly shorter hangout than usual, purely because I'm going to be jumping on the trolley, heading up to Mission Valley, and I am going to be going to see Monty Python. So yes, this is my Monty Python t-shirt. This is the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch from the Holy Grail, and it's mashed up with peanuts. So
you're going to see it on TV, or it's recorded?
No, it's on the cinema screen. They're showing it at the AMC at Mission Valley.
Oh my God! I didn't know that.
They're beaming it live to US cinemas. So I'm very much looking forward to it. So the hangout was called a cup of tea, but it is very much Subway breakfast. So we've got what I needed to.
Coffee though.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And they're giving out some freebies as well, because of course Guardians of the Galaxy is due. I mean, that's one of the things we can talk about very quickly, because Guardians of the Galaxy has already been stated by director James Gunn that it won't be coming to Comic-Con this year, or it certainly won't be having the presence that some people hoped it was going to do. But a tweet went out last night from a reviewer blogger who turned around and said, certainly dear email, if there's the chance of a secret screening of Guardians of the Galaxy, would that mean I'll have to miss El Mayambi's party? I'll gladly do that instead. So there's the rumour. I am not going to be one of these guys that's I'm not going to be one of these guys that spread rumours, even though I have spread one hell of a rumour this morning. So we'll come back to that in a second. There is, however, the slight rumor that there may be a secret screening of Guardians of the Galaxy here in San Diego at some point in the next couple of days. So we're going to keep our eyes open for that, and hopefully that's going to happen. Are you excited for Guardians?
I am looking forward to that one. That one is really, really good.
What was your reaction when it got announced? Because I was actually in the hall. I was in Hall H when Kevin Feige announced that the film for Phase 2 was going to be, for Phase 3, was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. And the room went, yay! There was this confused face on everyone.
Well, you know, I mean, let's face it, it's not one of the more popular ones. I'm personally excited about Doctor Strange. That is, you know, and I want to put in a word for Jared Leto on this one for Doctor Strange, okay? I know there's some people, the Cumber Bunnies, like, you know, but, you know, he's just
Cumber Bunnies,
he's a little bit too archy for Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is very, 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 there's just a very distinct way of doing
absolutely.
it. You know?
The Doctor Strange comics, there were two Doctor Strange. There was the mentor and the young pretender to the throne, the person that kind of became the new Doctor Strange. So you could have Leto as the new Doctor Strange, and you could have Cumberbatch as the mentor. The only downside to that is they're going to be then exactly the same plotline as Ant-Man, with the older original Ant-Man and Scott Lang as the original Ant-Man.
But you know, but think about this though too. It's just that I can't even get it straight.
Honestly, don't know how much is getting picked up because of the noise.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know, the thing about Benedict is, can he commit to those roles? I mean, because remember, they have to sign these multi-picture deals, and he's doing so many other things, and we certainly want him to keep up Sherlock, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't know where he's going to fit it in, because, you know, we would like to see him back on Star Trek, too.
Well, it would be another major franchise for him to take to commit to. I agree. I think Jared Leto is probably going to be announced on Saturday, or somebody is. I mean, they've already committed that Doctor Strange is going to be in the Marvel MCU, so it's just now a case of details. And like we say, Cumberbatch is in town, and that's where my
that would be a good reveal, wouldn't it? If you were going to do that,
absolutely.
But what about Ant-Man though? I mean, I just typical kind of like nerdy thing. Your brain jumping all over the place, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, what about the nerd? The Ant-Man with the change of director there. That seemed like such a huge deal. Because the work he done before was so good.
That was especially big for the UK fans because we. Yeah, we're not giving up this spot for anybody. No. Sorry, we're staying here for the duration.
I heard her say it to one of the guys jogging past her. She's like, "They're the first in line."
We're not camping, okay. This is one of a number of rumours. Okay, if there's
camping,
we're not camping, okay.
We're sparsely packed if we are.
Absolutely. Because I did mention, because of Benedict Cumberbatch in town, we'll come back to Ant-Man in a second. Because of Cumberbatch in town, I put out there that with the announcement that there were going to be new Nerd HQ panels announced today at 12 o'clock, that I suggested perhaps maybe BC would be the guy that's going to be announced, at which point Twitter just jumped on me. You can't say things like that. You can't start rumors like that. That's mean. You can't do things like that. But I do think that I personally think that Benedict Cumberbatch, there's a good chance for him to show up at Nerd HQ, purely because it's an hour out of his time. It's for charity. He's good friends with Tom Hiddleston, who is a massive fan of Nerd Machine and Nerd HQ. So I think
mystery guest Tom and Benedict both mystery guests. Place would go crazy. People would faint. Dogs and cats living together. Oh my gosh! That'd be so
if
good.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hiddleston were announced for Nerd HQ on the same panel, there would be servers melting in the microseconds it would take for everyone to try and buy the tickets. Because these tickets went on sale for Joss Whedon, for Zachary Levi, for a number of major panels for Nerd HQ yesterday, and we were looking at Zachary Levi tickets being sold within 12 seconds, Joss Whedon tickets being sold within 8. Admittedly, it's not entirely surprising. It's 300 seats and the tens of thousands of people of nerddom landing in San Diego. So obviously they weren't going to sell out fast. That was a given. But
yeah. Especially with Joss Whedon, please. I mean, come on. You
absolutely.
know? And then because he's really funny, but he's scary funny too, because he's like Seth MacFarlane. Those two are just, I mean, exceptionally brilliant people, and their brains don't ever stop.
No, they don't.
They won't ever stop it. But they're so funny when they get going. If you can keep up with them, they are hilarious achievements.
We went to a Q&A at the BFI in London, and to watch Joss Whedon's brain, because not only that, but it's almost like it's happening in real time as well. And it's just when you have that kind of speed of it's happening at that kind of speed, he really is, and he is fun, like you say, he's funny with it as well. He used to live in the UK, and I think he picked up a large, healthy dose of British sarcasm when he studied in the UK in his youth. So I think there's a large amount of that.
Yeah. Well, but he does have this sort of slightly British sense of humor every once in a while, doesn't he? That kind of pops through.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes him so extraordinary. I mean, the guy's, let's face it, he's a brilliant writer. He's a brilliant director. I mean, you look at what he did with the Avengers and that whole thing. I mean, there are scenes. There's a scene in Avengers for every single person on the planet.
Yeah.
You know, really, because he's our. This is a bold statement, and it's a hyperbole to a certain extent. But I mean, he's a Shakespeare of our time when you really think about it, to a certain extent, because of our time. Because he's kind of perfect for our time, you know.
Yeah.
Because he reaches, because as we were talking, that brain is going 1,000 miles a second, warp speed, really, usually. So there's, all the depth there. There's a huge, the guy's, 1,000 miles deep. When he starts, if you start looking at everything he's saying and doing, in the background, it's just incredible.
What I do like about Joss Whedon is you like Shakespeare, like you say, his whole thing is getting a reaction, and the reaction he wants out of his audience, and it's all about the audience reaction. So his entire strengths are for that. So no, absolutely. So I think it's safe to say that he's going to be on stage in Hall H on Saturday for Avengers 2. We've already been confirmed already that they're going to have the Avengers lineup showing up. Admittedly, there is going to be I'm going to ask now. Somebody's already announced as being pregnant. Is it Mila Kunis or Scarlett Johansson?
Both.
Are they both? Okay.
Yeah, because remember, they're trying to work around
Scarlett
Johansson's pregnancy.
So it's very possible the entire lineup will show up minus Scarlett Johansson, but we may have Baby Bump appearing on stage. Who knows? But certainly the Joss Whedon panel at Nerd HQ, he's going to be riding high from Saturday in Hall H.
Well, remember, Mark Ruffalo says that they're flying everybody out.
Yeah.
So because after the thing that happened with the X-Men, Days of Future Past, everybody just, apparently, that whole place just about fell down because people were yelling so loud, and just, the energy level was so high.
It is all about who's going to win that hall.
Yeah.
It really is.
Age of Ultron, let's face it. Age of
Marvel.
Ultron.
Okay, we're putting our hands up. Then we're saying Marvel.
Yeah.
It's Marvel's room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think DC are going to give them one hell of a fight. I think Warner Brothers DC are going to give them one hell of a fight. You've got their attempt at a Marvel cinematic universe. You've got the whole Dawn of Justice. You've got possible Wonder Woman. You've got possible Flash movie, apparently. So.
If DC had a lick of sense, they would be the mystery guest for Nerd HQ. If they had a lick of sense and was a little forward thinking, because that would be absolutely perfect, and the place over there would go crazy, and then it makes them that much bigger in the sense that, because remember, Nerd HQ, those are people who can't necessarily get into Comic-Con. But so that they'll be singing their praises too, and then the fact that they're over. So it's just, in terms of a PR stunt, it would be absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to actually disagree with you there, purely because I think it is all about the big show, and therefore Hall H is the one for that.
Yeah, but still, it's like.
Oh no, I like the idea of a real kind of start the groundswell from a real focus.
Oh, in both places.
Viral.
But the whole thing is just do it both places and stuff too, because it's always good whenever you do stuff like the charity thing and actually really mean it too, which is even better when you really mean it. But it doesn't hurt to kind of to do it both places. You're going to play 100% over here because you got to move that crowd. So they're going to bring out the heavy hitters for that.
Sure.
You know they're going to bring out Affleck. Is there somebody that they haven't announced that they may bring? Oh, Joseph, they bring out Jason Momoa, for Aquaman.
Oh no, I
and
think
like
that's the thing. I mean, I do think DC saw that reaction that they got when they rolled out Days of Future Past for Fox, when they rolled out Avengers for Marvel. When you have that amount of cast and you have the full cast in front of you, there is that energy to have that amount of talent up on the screen, up on the stage. Sorry. So I think Warner Brothers DC. I think we are going to see a Justice League of some description.
Oh yeah.
Up on stage.
Oh God, they've got to do that. Oh.
Then again, I mean, this is where Cumberbatch has been rumoured for every role going, and I'm certain some of you may have seen the meme of Benedict Cumberbatch as Martian Manhunter, which is just one of the most bizarre photoshopped images I've ever seen in my life. So no, that's particularly weird.
But that role, he could work that role though, if you really think about it, because it's such an alien role, and it would be so. That's the role. Oh my God! Now, see, he could really do wonders with that one. Where I'd actually go see a whole film with if he did it, because his whole backstory and stuff too. I mean, that's actually very good. That's very good.
It could happen.
You need to call those guys up. You need to talk to them.
I think if anything has proven this morning is that nobody really should listen to a word I say, because everyone just kind of takes what I say and runs with it. Okay, so obviously exciting things for Nerd HQ. We'll find out exactly what any mystery guests are, but you're going to have to pay attention to Twitter and pay attention to various feeds to find out who and what that's going to be. Okay, we've talked about Hall H as well. Is there anything else in Hall H that you're interested in? I mean, is it all about the Saturday? Because that's what a lot of people have been talking about. That it's been very sparse.
Well, see, the thing is with me, I mean, all right, I got to mention my favorite show, Penny Dreadful. I'm sorry. That has got some of the most brilliant writing I've ever seen. That one, there are lines in there that are so good. That one line when that impresario was talking to Caliban, he says, "Remember us better than we are." Do you remember that line? That line was so wonderful. That show is incredible.
It is. I like Penny Dreadful purely because it's almost groundbreaking television in that something that gothic, that dark, that's almost cinema level kind
it
of.
Is.
That's almost adult rated. It's so not insidious. It's not. It's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful show, but it has that kind of dark gothic quality to it, which you have kind of the horror sense in terms of Hannibal and The Following and that kind of show. But then you have Penny Dreadful, which is almost something else. It's almost from a whole other universe.
It's almost, the writing is brilliant, the acting is brilliant. The production values. Look at how dark and dirty, and it's just. I mean, everything about it. You get that feel of, because one of the things that people forget is that London during that time period was had horrible pollution too. So it was kind of dark because it's just like pollution when we had it in LA. It was bad. I mean, you couldn't let the kids go outside.
Sure.
I mean, Beijing now. Look how bad it is there. So I mean, it's just.
Sorry.